Hello and welcome to the channel where we are building a video game from scratch using Love2d and Lua. Yesterday we worked on some rain particle effects. So we're having these rain molecules kind of sway from right to left, and it looks pretty good. I think I'm pretty happy with it as at least a starting point. So today the game plan is, let's see if we can make a sandstorm particle effect, a snow particle effect, and maybe ash for the volcano realm. I don't know what I'm calling that realm, but I'm thinking about coming up with the proper name for it. And then the other thing, sorry, I'm just trying to scoop my chair up. The other thing we're going to do is maybe do some long-term planning for the game, because I think it'll be good for us to kind of set a date and then set hard dates for certain milestones along the way, so that this game doesn't bloat into more than a 2-year project, because it can very easily do that. So I think that's going to be the plan today. So maybe we'll start with snow and ease ourselves into it. And then maybe we can try the sandstorm. So here's our water rain particle system. I'm happy with it. It doesn't exist throughout scenes, which we can change. Right now we're pulling it in the map, and the map is what gets scrolled off. So like all the particles will get scrolled off with it, and then it'll kind of start up again. Since multiple factors will control the weather and the particles, I have to figure out some way to kind of ease these things into different modes. So I'm not worried about that. I don't think it'll be that challenging, but the first thing we need to do is just get the particle systems working, then we can worry about triggering them. So let's try to get our snow going on. Snow should be easy. It should be a lot easier than this. So we do need a I don't know what the move is here, because part of me thinks that we should just keep our particle systems completely separate. Because right now we have like a weather class that could, my idea was, maybe we have a parameter here called type, and then we can assign the type of weather to be equal to snow or water or whatever, and it'd probably be like that as a string. So the idea is like we could make a weather object, pass it in snow, and then it would only load the snow. But we don't necessarily want all this update logic running for different particle systems, right? So we only want to update the particle system in particular that is relevant to us. So I feel like I might change this weather to be rain particles, and it's its own class. And if we want rain particles, we just make a rain particles, because right now we have a map and we have a self weather render, and I'm thinking the way to do this is to split it up into different classes. Otherwise we're going to be checking against, every frame we would be checking to see if it is snow or sand or whatever, when we should just be updating whatever particle system is in there. So I think that's what we'll do. So let's do the first step, which is come into our weather class, and we're going to rename this. This is no longer going to be called weather. It's going to be called rain system. So we'll call it rain system is the type. And then if we want, we can maybe alter the rain system with violent or calm or whatever, and that can modify the wind angle increase and stuff. But I think it should be its own thing here. So we're gonna just find and replace, any weather with a rain system. And then we're putting this particle is the original particle. I want to include this particle in the dependencies and then just call it for the particle systems. So I won't change that just yet, but we'll get it working with the new rain system title, and then we'll worry about changing it. So if we go and space up, we want to rename this file. Nope. How do I rename? R. Capital R, no. What is it? Shift R? It says right there, R to rename. But that's not working. I don't know how to do it. I think this is right. I think all we have to do is just do this rain system .lua. Okay. So now weather is now rain system. So now in our dependencies, we have to say don't include our weather, but include our rain system. And then when we go to, in our map, when we go and initialize our rain system, we'd say weather is not a weather, but it is a rain system object or a class. And then we'll call this, we'll just call weather rain system now. So we'll say, we'll have to find, we'll highlight every, we'll substitute every self.weather with a self.rain system object. Okay. Let's see if we're crashing or not. Let's see. We should. Okay, cool. So now our rain system successfully renamed. We are still falling into pits, which is good. I did just notice something in Link's Awakening, that there is a separate sprite sheet for when, like, this damage flash, when we're flashing. It doesn't just, like, right now we're kind of being tinted red, but theirs is like its own sprite sheet, which I'm a little torn on if I want to do, because that would mean we need like a new sprite sheet for every direction we're facing and everything. And I'm still not so sure, like if we've got spellcast equipped, we're going to be holding an orb, and we don't have that yet. We don't have, depending on what you're holding in your inventory, it changes your sprite. So I think the changing of the sprite to make a new sprite sheet for getting damage hit, I think that's going to be a lot to configure with our element holding system, or our inventory switch system, or whatever we call that. So I don't know what the game plan is there. For now, we'll just leave it the flashy red, and then if we're feeling fancy later, once our inventory system's working, then we can worry about it then. So we've got a rain system now. So we want to make a new snow system. So let's say, okay, now we have a snow system, and this is kind of stubbing out the snow system because we don't have a snow system at the moment. But what we can do is, if we go into the terminal here and we go into our source, and then we look at our rain system, we can copy rain system into a snow system so that we can system.lua. So we just made it right there, and then what we can do is go into it, and we can say now our snow system here is actually called, and we can just do this for the whole file. And we can say anytime we're using the word rain, capital, we're using snow. And then now we have a snow system we can render. So if we wanted to do something Like, let's just have it fall straight down. So we'll say that the minimum, actually, yeah, let's get rid of the, actually, we'll keep the wind angle because we might want the snow to kind of go left and right and stuff. So we'll keep it for now, but what we'll do is change the color so that we can see that it's now snow and not wind. So we'll say that this is called snow in the render, and we want to set the color not to we want it to be, let's just do pure white for now. So we'll say 255. That's not what I wanted. 255, 255. That'll be white on the R channel. And then GB also 255. And then we'll go the same thing here. We just want 255. It'll be white and boring, but it's snow. So what do you want? What do you want? 255 out of 255 with a full opaqueness, so it shouldn't change colors upon its life cycle. So the next thing we want to do is come here into our map and make sure any rain system gets replaced with our snow system. So we're going to come and search for snow system. And what we could do, oh, we spelled this wrong, system, and then any rain system. Let's not delete this, but let's go rain system. How do we change that? Okay, rain system. Let's just duplicate this and say, okay, well, we need a snow system also, and we're not worried about updating the rain system at the moment. And then we've got our update, and then we need our render. So we'll come here to our rain system render, and we'll change it to the snow system. Cool. So let's see. We should have snow system a nil value. We are not requiring it in our dependencies. So we need to also require our snow system here. And then maybe we'll run. Look at our snow. It's white, so it's different than the rain system, other than just the color's different because it's using the same logic from our rain because we literally just copied it. But we can now come in here into our snow system. Booyah. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to give us, let's just give us a starting angle of 0, and we will change the high points of the angle to be something a lot smaller, like 50 and 50 instead of 400. And then we're going to reset this to 50, and we should probably change these so they're not magic numbers, but they're like a maximum angle and minimum angle. So we'll do that to make it easier. And then this is our minimum X and our maximum X. So that sounds right. And then our minimum Y. So we want our Y to be a lot slower, right? So we want our Y to be like a minimum of 30 up to maybe 80. So they'll be a lot slower. Let's keep the same amount and let's see what that looks like. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. That looks awesome. That looks really good. Now we are seeing some disappear, and that's because we added a -50 to our rain. Now I still don't get, if we do 0, look at how it starts, not at the top of the screen, but I don't get why it doesn't start at the top of the screen, but we'll do like a -10 so that it starts off the screen there. Well, that's like right above. Maybe we do a -15. I still don't know why that's happening. Because look, if we print, well, we are printing snow at 0, 0. So the word snow, oh, actually, that is interesting because the snow, even snow isn't at 0, 0. That could be signing that we are doing something wrong here. So why is it that our particle system's 0 point is not at the top of the screen. We are drawing, oh, maybe this is it. We're drawing our particle systems at a 10-10 instead of a 0. So let's do that. 0, 0. Okay, and then we'll make this 0 and we'll see if it's flush at the top. Okay, there we go. So I think we probably do want to scoot it up so they're not actually spawning right there at the very top, but we also need to increase the lifetime so that they don't disappear. So what's weird is that 0, 0 on snow isn't at the top either. I don't know why that's the case. But it looks like it's fixed for our particle system at least, so that's good. So yeah, let's boost the lifetime, maybe by, because snow is on screen longer than rain is because it falls slower. So let's just boost the lifetime of it, and then we'll see. We probably need. They're still disappearing, so that tells me that the minimum Y is maybe a bit too slow, and then the X sway is maybe a bit too much. Like it's swaying maybe a bit too much to the left and right. So let's go ahead and refactor this into like maximum angle and minimum angle so that we can tweak those things a little easier. So we'll give us those values. So let's say -20 and +20. And then we'll do here, any +50 will now become a max angle. And then any -50 will become a min angle. Okay, oh my, what did I do? -50, min angle. Okay. Okay, and then we're drawing it, we're setting its linear acceleration to that wind angle. So, let's see now. Now, I still don't get why it like initially dumps a lot and then it kind of becomes stable. Like it I don't get why it does that. We're still getting them to disappear, so that's telling me that our minimum Y is too slow. So, and you know what? It's maybe a decent idea. Yeah, maybe it's a decent idea to change this also to say min angle or min X, min Y. So this is min Y and this is min max Y. Yeah, max Y. And then we can say min Y, max Y comes up here. And min Y was what, 60? We'll say maybe that's 80. And local max Y is gonna get maybe 100, and we'll see how that's looking for snow. See, like once it settles, they're still disappearing. So we either need to increase the life cycle or speed them up, but I don't want them any faster than that. They should be slower. So their max Y should maybe be something around 70, the minimum Y maybe 40, but then, and then we can do the same thing. We can say lifespan gets maybe 10 seconds. And then under the particle lifetime, we can put lifespan in there. So now it's about 10 seconds before they disappear. And it is looking slower. Man, I still see them disappear. And it's the slow ones that are disappearing, right? Like the super slow ones. This is close though. This is looking good. I think it's probably a good amount of snow, but we definitely do need to make sure that they don't disappear prematurely. So let's maybe make the lifespan a bit more, right? So maybe 15 seconds instead. See, and I don't get why it like initially dumps a bunch and then it kind of becomes stable. I still see them disappear. Yeah, and I think the max Y needs to be a bit slower even. So maybe we can say that this is 60 and lifespan just gets 20. 20 seconds is kind of a lot, right? Because some of them are on, you know, for only, man, they're still disappearing. I don't think it's the lifespan that's making them despawn. I think it might be new ones, and there's a limit. So we can see that we're limiting our particles to 600. So maybe we limit it to 800 and we only emit 500. I don't know. Let's see if that makes a difference, because some of them are still disappearing and I don't think it's the lifespan. I still see some disappearing. Yeah, I still see some disappearing. Not so sure why that's happening. I mean, it's hard to notice when, you know, it's easy to notice when it's on the black screen, but it's harder to notice over here, like actually in gameplay. So I don't want that to be an issue. Oh, look at our render order. We're drawing this top cabin above our player, and that's because we need, oh fuck, that's because we need the top cabin to render over the player. So it is actually rendering last. So even though it's at the last state of our render in our map, our top level tile map is rendering over our map. So we would need to pull out the particle system into the play state, I think, in order to fix that. And also, snow is not going in front of the player, which it should. So we do need to pull this out. The difference between that is that we don't have a way to signify a change from snow to rain or to sandstorm or anything like that. Okay, let's do that first, because I think that's important. The snow's looking pretty good, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's go to our map, and we'll take out the snow system render, and we'll look how easy it is to do this. We just give our object an instantiation of our class particle system, so like either rain system or snow system, and it's a class because of these parentheses and the we're using a library in our, this is gone, okay. We don't have it harpooned because we changed the name of it, but we say rain system gets class here, and then all we have to do is just instantiate it right there and then assign it into a field, and then we should have a snow system update. So all it is the init, the update, and the render. So all we have to do is not put that in our map, but come into our play state and look at where our renders are, and we can see that we should be rendering the scene. Let's see. We're rendering the scene view, and then we're rendering... Actually, this might be in our scene class, not our playstate class I'm thinking of. Yeah. So if we look in our playstate class, our render is right here. So we render the current map. If there is a next map, we render that. And then we pop out the character so it doesn't get hit by this translate for a scene transition. And then we render the player. And then we are translating the top level tiles. So here is where we would need to render the particle system after this, right? So after this, we can put weather particle system. So we can find this easier. System. And then all we'd have to do is say, okay, well, let's just render our snow system. Now right here, there is no self snow system to render because we haven't given ourself a snow system to render. So let's fix that. We'll go up here and we'll say that this scene object gets a snow system class. And it is just snow system with the parentheses like that. And the last step is to go to our update and just say, go into our own snow system and go ahead and run update, passing in delta time. And then that should be all we need to get snow in front of us. Now snow's in front of the player, and snow should also carry on. If we walk to the next scene, the snow should kind of carry over with us, yeah. Which, you know, doesn't look so believable. Well, yeah, I don't know. It does look like it's shifting a bit. We're not shifting it. Actually, maybe it's not shifting. Yeah. It just looks like it's shifting weird because the background is playing like a trick on us, but if we turn off the background, we can see that the snow is not shifting. Okay. Because it's outside the translate, so what is happening there? We've got a collidable map object here. That's to do in our tiled export, so we'll have to fix that at some point. I'm curious if we can find that fairly easily, because it should be pretty apparent. That is what, this scene right here, and if we go look at our top level tiles, I don't see them in there. Oh, I know what it is. I think it would be our in our old code here for the insert collidable map objects. Nope, not what I wanted. Okay, maybe I don't know where this is coming from. We'll try to re-export from tiled and see if that gives us another problem, but I was thinking it would be a collidable map object. Because yeah, we only insert those based on tile ID, so the tile ID should be not a value that would be triggered by that. So let's see. Yeah. Okay, I really don't know why we're still having bumps there, but I know for a fact on that scene we did have a tree here and a tree here at one point, so I'm thinking I just haven't exported a tile map recently. Oh, and look at this. We've got stairs instead of the pit here. I know we've got two pits here, so we do just need to reload our A-Sprite master sheet here and make sure they're drawn correctly, and then that should fix itself. So maybe we'll just do that now, because why not? Let's discard these changes and load We need to open up the tile map. Let me see here. I'm going to close master tiled. I want to make sure we're opening. Yeah, see, we don't want this one. We want the one that is now being tracked by Git. So we'll come in here into our repo and we'll say graphics master tiled. That should be the one. Okay. So now this is the screen that it should have been loading, and I don't see those collidable objects for the trees. So I'm not exactly sure where that's coming from. Okay. Well, let's just try to re-export it and see if anything's different. Let's do a export as global map in our graphics folder, and then we'll accept that and then run it. Okay. So can we still fall into pits? Yes, we can. Can we walk over to this other screen? Okay, well, we can walk through... Oh, no, we can't. What the Something's being carried over here. Because, look, there's an invisible tree. Or something right here that we can't walk through. I don't know what's happening there. I know we did have a tree there at some point. But it shouldn't be carried over anymore. Oh, I think we are... I think there's another table in here that we did some hard coding into. Let's see if our map declarations has any leftover map declarations for collidable map objects. Because we used to do it a really getaway, and I think it's just left over. We should have a collidable map objects, I think. No? Okay, well, we are flushing the collidable map object table before we populate it with our tiles. Current map, collidable map objects. I don't know where this tree is being carried over from. Okay, because yeah, we're only inserting a collidable map object if the tile ID is in that range. So let's try to make sure there might be an invisible tile ID. Prosto, what's up, dude? How's it going? I was lurking on your stream a bit earlier today. I didn't say what's up, though. I didn't want to distract you. How's it going, man? We're working on like a little particle system for the game here, so we were doing some snow here. The thing is, we've got some invisible collidables, like right here, that we're supposed to be able to walk through. So I think it's just an issue in our tiled map export. So I think if we were to go to, like, there might be an invisible tile drawn. This is our dedicated invisible transparent tile. So if we go to our above ground and we make sure that our, actually, yeah, we'll start with, yeah, if we start with an above ground, let's see, we need to find the exact panel. So these 4 squares are what's messing up. So I think we need an invisible tile right here and make sure that there was no accidental, because like if I accidentally drew a transparent tile from here on there, it wouldn't show up. It would look transparent, but it'd be a tile ID of a collidable map object, so that could be causing the problem. So I'm just going to kind of paint these proper tiles around it and then export this, and then maybe that'll fix it. If that doesn't fix it, then I don't know what to do different. Let's see. So Prosto, we've got pits now working. So like you get pulled into the pit now, and there's like a small way you can escape, but I can't get it consistent. So like there is a way to kind of escape once you're being pulled in, but I can't quite get it consistent. But it looks cool. I think it looks good. So yeah, let's see the collidable map objects here. We should be able to walk through. Okay. Yeah. We must have had an invisible tile of a tile ID of a collidable map. So even though it was transparent, it thought it was a collidable map object. So at least that's fixed. And then, dude, okay, so, so yeah, collision is a little interesting in this game so far, because what I do is I changed my system so that we export 3 layers from tiled. I feel like you've used tiled before, right, Prosto? You might have been the guy that told me about it. But once we go to tiled, we export a global map. So here's like the ground level tiles. So it's just 9,000 tile IDs from we have one master sheet, and that is all the tile IDs for all the things. And then we have an above ground, which is like the transparent things on top of the ground. So like a tree on top of grass. And then we have a top level tile, which is anything that needs to render above the player. So these are all tables of tile IDs. And then how we're doing the collision is in our collidable. That's not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. What did I do? Oh wow, I really screwed that up. We should have a collidable map objects. And what we're doing is right here. If the tile ID exists between 97 and 256, then we insert a collidable map object, and it's just AABB collision detection for that specific tile. So if it has a tile ID of anywhere in here, and I left me a reference for where those are, these red squares, anything that are in these rows, those are all collidable map objects. So like a tree, you can't collide with a tree because it's in here, or water or whatever. So like everything but the doorway to our cabin here, all these are collidable map objects except the doorway and the top of the cabin, because we need to be able to walk under it. So we do have that going on. So now we've got these pits here are actually transparent. So we're drawing the grass first, and then on the above ground layer we're drawing the pit, because you can kind of see right here that there's yellow behind the pit here, even though there's not yellow behind this pit. It's because we drew the edge piece here and then layered the transparent pit on top of that. And then that allows us to cut down on some overuse of sprites and stuff. And then this pit is over a darker green, so it's got that transparency there, so we can add it there. And now we have the ability to render certain tiles over our character now. So, we're being rendered on top of the ground, but under the cabin, and the snow is on top of all of us. So we've got some stuff there. So it's finally coming together in terms of like once we have a couple more sprites, we can design a lot more levels. Yeah, use much less tiles. Yeah, like the one time I went to negate some tiles, I took out like a third of what we had, which we only have like 30 tiles, so I took out like 10 because now we only have one tree instead of a tree for every background or every, you know, we have a tree on grass, a tree on dirt, a tree on dark grass. So now we just have one tree. And it'll make it easier for when we want to make a better tree than the one we've done. We only have to change it once in one spot, and then we can do it. So yeah, we took out a couple of stumps because now we just have a transparent stump that can go on sand or grass or tall grass or whatever. So it's coming together. And then right now we just have like placeholder biomes for the overworld map. So the blue road leads up to the ice mountains where the snow will be. There'll be in the immediate vicinity of our village here will be the forest, and that's the first biome. And the forest will have thunder and rain, and we did rain yesterday, which I can show you that. Let's minimize this. We have, so if we go into our scene, we can give us a rain system. And then we just need to update our rain system, turn off our snow system. And then render our rain system, and then we can kind of toggle those on as we want. So here's our rain system. So this will be more in like the forest area. So a little bit faster, and it's kind of swaying from right to left. And then I'm still trying to wrap my head around how we're gonna cycle these things, because the weather is more violent at the beginning of the game when there's more distress, and as you cleanse different biomes, it'll get more stable. So the biomes, the intenseness of the weather will prevent you from exploring certain biomes at the beginning of the game, and then it'll get better over time. That's the current plan, at least. Okay. Circle? Are you saying circle? Sorry, I missed that. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's turn back our snow system on. Okay. Yeah, ideally we would just have like one toggle for the different systems and stuff, but we're still figuring this out. That's okay. Yeah, we can give the system the init. Fine. Okay, so we've got snow. Some of them are still disappearing, and what I don't get, you said... Did I say circle weather? Sorry, dude, I don't know. My current weather systems are gonna be snow, rain, rain, wind. I kind of want wind, and then cycle. I said cycle. Sorry, dude, I don't know what word that is. Wind, snow, rain, lava. Because like there's gonna be a lava biome up here. Forest is the other biome, but forest has rain, and then desert has sandstorm. So sandstorm is the next one we're gonna be building here, and then Maybe we'll just knock out the lava one, because if you follow the red road up here, that'll be lava. Nice, dude. Hey, good on you. Up here will be the lava biome, and it'll be soot. Yeah, dude, I feel ya. I get destroyed after like an hour and a half of streaming. My mind just starts to melt. Well, let's work on this lava biome. So I think it might be cool if there's two things going on. If there's like black soot, like a little bit of black soot falling really slow, and then there's also red pixels bubbling up and floating. So if we can do those two things in our lava biome or lava system, I don't know what to call that. That can be kind of cool, because I want some, more than just like black soot raining down, but we want like a lava system. So let's call it lava system. And we're stubbing out our lava system that we don't have just yet. But let's go ahead and put it there so we can immediately start testing. So under update, we'll say, you know what, let's not update our snow system, but let's put our... Oh, nice. Hey, that's cool. Is that person Lua fluent? Because see, I wish I could help you at your game, but dude, your game is so advanced, I can't even look at that thing. like at the source code for that thing. I'm like, I don't even know where to start looking at that. I would offer to help if I felt like I could. Okay, so we gave ourselves a lava system. He didn't into Lua, but he's a Linux guy, so he knows coding. Okay, yeah, and Lua is so simple. Lua's like dead simple. If you know any language, you can look at Lua and know what it's doing, At least I think so. The only weird thing is the one index, right? That's the thing that throws people for a loop, I feel like. So we're going to copy our snow system into a lava system so that we can have a different particle emitter for our lava system. Yeah, it's super simple. I really love it. Like, I do want to move on from it in the next couple years, because there's no memory management or anything like that. But it is so great for little games like this, So we have a lava system now. So we can go ahead and substitute any snow system with lava system. And then we can print up yeah, exactly. That would be cool. Yeah, I do like C programming, but I'm like at the, basics of C. Like, I'm still wrapping my head around. I can do a singly linked list in C, and I understand how to do a doubly linked list, but I'd probably get stuck on doing it. At least clearing all the memory and stuff. Yeah, I really do like C. C makes a lot of sense to me, and I think it's really cool. I've been learning Go recently, which has a lot of kind of C-like things in it, or more so than like JavaScript, because like I've been learning JavaScript and TypeScript, and those are just like the wild, wild west. But Go is really cool. Okay, so let's do our soot first. So our soot will be this. I don't know if we would need... We should be able to have two particle systems in this one lava class. So we're just going to put black to when you need some chaos in strict C programs. Is he called Dodo? I don't know what's Dodo. Oh, Dodrio. Yeah. Yeah, Doduo. Yeah. You almost got it. Yeah, Doduo right there. Yep. Two-headed burp. Yep. And then I guess there is only 2 evolutions because, yeah, it goes Doduo and then Dotrio. Yeah, I guess there is only 2, huh? There's not a single-headed burp. Just the... Yeah, Doduo is one of the free ones. Like, I think I made, like, 12 of the common Gen 1 Pokemon for free. And then you have to use gold to get any special ones. But I can give you some gold if you want to get any special Pokemon there. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So in terms of transparency, I don't think we want them fading. I mean, maybe we can make them fade a bit. Yeah, Doduo is pretty cool, actually. I do like him. Yeah, I remember you... Oh. I remember you saying something. I've seen you use that emote in the past. I know you're a fan. What am I looking at here? Okay, lava system. Let's make sure our scene is pulling in a correct lava system. Lava system, yes. Oh, we need to import it into our dependencies. So we will require, actually, I'll just do this. Require a lava system. Okay, so here's our soot. They are fading a little bit. This is way too much of them, but let's do, we don't have it saved here as a lava system. Okay. So we have way too many. So let's make it a lot less, like 200. And this can be a lot lower too. We don't want very fast at all. Like it's even slower than snow, right? So we can give it, it might need a longer lifespan. 20 sounds like a lot though. And then let's just shrink its angles so that it's not as strong on the X and Y drift. And this is still way too much. I want it to be a lot less. Silly Grandpa Wombat. Oh, is it from... Whose emote is it? This Bez Talkyov did Wombat? Okay. Yeah, I don't know this guy. He's not a grandpa, but he's a silly grandpa wombat. I don't know, dude. I don't know that guy. I'll check him out. I'll give him a follow. If you vouch for him, I vouch for him. Okay, so the soot. And Prosto, one thing I'm trying to figure out is like, I don't know if you know... Oh, okay, cool. I like that. Yeah, I'm that. I'm trying to figure out how or why... I don't know if you use the particle system here in Love2d, but see how like when we first start, we get like a bunch right off the bat and they fall, and then it kind of stabilizes to a slower value. So like I'm trying to figure out how to not get it to kind of do that initial dump all at once and be more stable from the get-go. I'm not exactly sure what's happening there. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you've got any tips on maybe how to stabilize that, but it only happens once at the moment. Yeah. I figured as much. Like, I do like how simple this one is for me to wrap my head around. So I think it's good for me to use, but I totally get your 3D one will need your own one, your own system. So I think it's still too many. I want it to be more subtle than this, so maybe less. What's with particles? I just don't get why, like, when we load the game, it'll dump a lot of them, right? It'll spawn a bunch, and then they fall, and then it kind of stabilizes. This is a bad example. The snow is a better example, because like now it looks very sparse, like there's not a lot of them, but right when we first started the particle system, it kind of dumped a whole bunch all at once. So I don't know if that's like the, like if it, I don't know. There's this second argument is how many max particles we want. Oh gosh. So like this 400 is, there's a max of 400, but we're setting an emission rate of only 100. And we set the emission rate from the get-go, but it doesn't, I don't get why it kind of dumps a whole bunch. Yeah, like that's kind of what I'm thinking, is like it thinks that I want 400 at, or it thinks I want 100 at any given time. So at the beginning, it gives us 100 of them, and then they're all in one spot. But as they get a lifespan, and as they disappear, actually I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, because the lifespan should be the same for all of them. So I would think that it wouldn't stabilize after time like it would, or like why would it dump a whole bunch right from the get-go and then do less? I don't exactly know, but we're gonna have to figure out how to kind of like adaptively change these, because it's like as you maybe walk one scene closer to the forest, like see how it's tall grass up here, maybe walking one up here, that's when like light rain might start if you haven't cleared the biome yet. And then as you get deeper, it gets more and more heavy rain and heavier wind. And then once you get the sheet music for every biome, because like I won't have dungeons in my game. It'll be more like, well, there'll be underground dungeons, but in terms of dungeons as in like beat the boss and get the key, like in Link's Awakening, it's more so you have to fight your way to the heart of the biome and then defeat the boss there, and that's when you get the sheet music that will calm the next biome for you to unlock. So this is the volcano area. There's still too many soots. I think that we want less. And I don't know why. Like, I feel like if we do 50 emission rate, or like whatever our emission rate is as the max. Oh, actually, well, yeah, it still dumps more at the beginning. I don't know why it does that. And then they're disappearing. But this is closer to what I was imagining. Very sparse kind of soot. Ash kind of falling. So maybe they can go from black to gray. Maybe they can go from black to gray. I feel like increasing the max particles prevents some from disappearing too early, but no, it's hard to say. It's hard to say, especially because when we're previewing it, it's black on black, so it's hard to get a good vibe of it. We could swap. Let's swap the 3 press for right now. Oh, the 3 press. We can swap this to black so that we can see what we're doing. So we'll just say swap it to black and then comment this out, and now we can see our particles. And we're looking for them to disappear. Yeah, we don't want them disappearing, and I don't get why some are disappearing so soon. They all should have a lifespan of 15 seconds, which seems like a long, long time. And they're not spawning too far up off screen. Oh, like, yeah, they're not like spawning like at all off screen. Let's see, if we move it down a bit. Yeah, they're not spawning off screen. But some disappear really fast, like way shorter than 15 seconds, I feel like. I guess it was 10, but even 10 seconds felt like it wasn't hanging around for 10 seconds. Yeah, dude, get some rest, bro. So thanks for stopping in. I always appreciate it. Yeah, I hope the stream went well, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I'll dig into the documentation. I mean, I didn't see anything about this kind of stuff, but I'll do some digging. I'm sure they've got some stuff. Yeah, see you, dude. Have a good night. I still think this is maybe a bit much. Like, I want it to be less soot than this, so let's take our emission rate down a bit. And then we also want lava particles to spawn and float upwards. Now, I don't know if we want them to spawn only where lava is on the map, or if we want a kind of random, like I'm thinking of like Breath of the Wild when you're in the Goron volcanoes. They kind of have fire that kind of floats up, I think. This is looking good for the soot, I think. I just want to scoot it back up. So we'll go here, scoot it back upwards, and then we'll try to make a secondary particle system for our lava. So this is jacked. Okay. One thing I do want to do right now is fix our particle. Should be a global particle that all of our particle systems have access to. We shouldn't be importing this more than once. So if we go to our... What's up, K-Tronics? How's it going, dude? Yo, we love the movie. We really loved Deadpool 3. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big like anti-spoiler person, so I won't talk about it in case someone hasn't seen it, but we loved it. We had such a fun time. It's crazy. We've seen what, Inside Out 2 and then Twisters and Deadpool, and they were all just such amazing movies. So like we've had a good streak in movies the past couple times we've gone. This is where I want the particle. So if we give ourselves a particle here, yeah, you should check it out, and you should catch Twisters too before it leaves theaters, because that was really fun. Okay, so look, we don't want particle here. We want the particle from our global declaration. I'm hoping this works. Okay, it looks like it worked. And then let's go and make sure our rain and snow are functioning the same way. So we'll go to our rain system and we'll delete this particle 2. And we will put in not particle 2, but particle. And we'll make sure this works, because if we don't test this, then we're dummies. So we'll go to rain system and we'll make sure, nope. Rain system. Oh my gosh, where did we go? We need to go to our scene. Okay, rain system. We need to update it, and we also need to render it. So let's make sure that is working with the particle. Okay, that's working with the particle. And then we need our snow system to also be using that particle. And then that just saves us from allocating 3 of the... I mean, it's only 1 pixel, so it's like probably like 1 kilobyte of data, but it's just unnecessary. So we can come into our snow system and take out this particle 2 and generate a particle system with our global particle. And snow is now working, and the soot from the lava is working. We just need some kind of sparse... we need some sparse lava fireflies, or whatever you want to call them, like floating upwards. So in the game, we won't ever really do all 3 like this. It just gets too muddy, but it is kind of cool to see like different weather all at once. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, so let's see. Let's go and turn off. And actually, before I forget, I want to come into our rain system, and I want to make these the non-magic numbers. So I want to give us the min angle to be this -400, and the max angle will be +400. And then we can replace these numbers with the max angle, and these numbers with the min angle. I don't know what I did there. Okay. And then I also want to put these numbers. This is the min y and max y. So it'll be 190 and 250. So we'll come up here and we'll just say 190, 250. And we will do our min y gets the lower, and our max y gets the bigger number. And then this just makes it easier to tweak the particle system at a glance. We just come up to the top and change the values here. And then we don't have to worry about coming in and finding our linear acceleration or whatever and tweaking the number and remembering which argument is which value, right? So this will just help us maintain it a bit more. And this is max y. Okay. And then I think that's okay. Yeah. Everything looks stable again. So let's come back and we'll go into our scene, and we will not update our rain or snow, so we can focus on the lava particles. So we'll be making a new particle system for the lava system. And in our render, we only want to render the lava system. So we'll only have the lava system running. And right now it's just like ash kind of falling. But we want to make random red spawns kind of float up. So let's go to the lava system, and we'll go... Okay, so we will keep a wind angle. It'll just be, we need a... These both need to be negative because they need to float up. And then we need a lot less, like it's going to be really sparse. Like it's maybe only going to be 10 particles of lava maybe. Oh crap, but we changed this. Okay, before we change that, we need another set of variables because we need a secondary system. So we'll call this lava bubbles. And it'll take in the particle, and it'll also be like limited to maybe 50. And then we are setting the piece systems. That's a bad name because our class here has more than one particle system, so P systems isn't actually what we're rendering. Well, yeah, should be different. So maybe we do a we just need to set different variables here. So like we would need a lava min y, and we'll set it to -20. And then we'll need a lava max y, and we'll set it to -30. And then we'll have a lava emission rate. And that'll be lower. Let's do 20 for now. Keep it that same lifespan, but now we have a lava bubbles, and what we'll do is we'll just make sure we have a lava bubbles stuff, and we don't need this. Should be okay to have a random... See, we want like a random emission area, which it is currently set to, and then respawning, and we need the lava emission rate here. And then we need our lava min y and our lava max y. And then we need to change our lava bubbles to be red. So we'll just put red fully transparent or fully opaque at the beginning, and then it fades out to be red but transparent by the time it gets up to its higher height. Now this is in the same particle system as our soot, so we just want to dot draw our lava bubbles at 0, 0, and now, oopsie, 54. What? Oh, how did that get there? Okay, that is wrong. That is wrong. That is way, way wrong. We should be going upwards. They should be going upwards. Oh, I know what we did. We didn't even change this. We've got to change this to be not our P systems, but to be our lava bubbles. Let's see that. Okay, I'm only seeing black soot. I'm not seeing our red self.lavabubbles, yeah. Self.lavabubbles update, okay. We might need to move the particle system to 0. Let's see. Nope. I don't see it. I feel like if we were to take out the draw here, we might see red, but they'd be going down. What the heck, dude? What the? Okay, it's just straight up not working. That's okay. So we're drawing both our particle systems. We're setting our red color and our red color. Let's just keep this at 255 for now and see if that might be screwing it. I don't see red. Okay, we give ourselves a dot lava bubbles. Okay, and then, oh, hold on. Let me set lava bubbles here. I don't think that'll do it, but it was definitely not right. So, yeah, we still don't get our red. Now our Y, this is weird. Yeah, let's turn off rendering our particle system for now. And we should just render our soot, and we should just be rendering bubbles, which I am not seeing anything of. So let's just take the color from our other one and put it here. Because we know that color works, and I might have just screwed up the color. Nope. Okay, so maybe I'm misunderstanding, like maybe you can't have two particle systems in the same class. Or we're just doing something altogether wrong. Lava bubbles. Dot lava bubbles. Self dot lava bubbles. Self dot lava bubbles gets a new particle system. Okay. And then when we go to render this, we're just doing a class instantiation. So maybe lava min, y, and x. Let's put the old values in here. Because maybe, oh, wait. Yeah, let's just do min y, max y, and see if that shows up. We should see red at the very least. Yeah, okay, so we must have messed up this max y and min y. So let's put our own values in here for now, and we'll just say that the minimum y is going to be a -10. Oh, you know what? Yeah, we've got... I think it was working. It's just that we set our particle system to be the top of the screen, and we set the bubbles to float. So it was starting above the screen and going up. So that's, I think, why we weren't seeing anything. So if we change our Y position to be our screen height limit, we should hopefully see our red bubbles floating up. Oh, they are dying so quick. I see them very much down there. Let's do, let's just do 50 or something. See, these should be going upwards. What the heck? That's because we took out the lava. Lava min y. Lava min y and lava max y. And then it should be floating upwards. Nice. So I want this to be really sparse, and I want the emission area to be all around the screen. So not in a certain line like this, but I want the whole screen to potentially have them. So we will set the emission area to also a screen height limit. And then I want this to be a screen, actually it would be half of 10 times 16, so that would be 80, and then half of, it is 8 tiles high by 16, so 8 tiles high would be 8 times 16 is 128, so it would be 64 tall. That'll be right in the center of our screen. And then a width and a height of the screen height limit divided by 2, I want to say. Because if we're starting in the center, we only need to go halfway out from either direction. So I don't know if that's right, but we're going to see. Yes, this is what I want. I want them to spawn randomly all throughout the screen, and they float up. Now, right now, they're all drifting to the right, but I want them to drift to the left as well. So we'll make sure that the wind angle, we won't give it a wind angle, we'll give it a lava angle of maybe 10 and -10, so that they vary going left and right. Nice. Yeah, and they're just floating too fast, so the max Y is definitely too high. So let's go to the top, and we'll make sure the max Y for the lava. What the flip? We take this out? Oh, we're in the rain system. How do we get to the rain system? Okay. Yeah. Lava max Y. Yeah. I think this is going to be like 18. And then minimum is going to be like a -5 5 or something like that. Nice. Now it starts too heavy, right? It starts too heavy, but then by the time it regulates itself, that's looking closer to what I want, but even that's too much. So we'll take down the spawn rate, but I do like the movement. You know, I mean, ideally they kind of like float up left and right, but it's totally not necessary. Like it's just 1 pixel. Let's cut the emission rate in half. And then let's add our soot back in so that we can see the ash falling and the lava bubbles floating at the same time. So let's see what that might look like. Yeah, so we'll give it a sec to kind of stabilize. I'll have to figure out how to get it to stabilize. But yeah, like if you imagine we're in a lava level and there's red pixels floating up like that and black pixels floating down, I think it's kind of interesting. It might be too much, but also it's harder to see when you're on the screen, so I think it might be cool. And of course, we'll tweak this based on how intense the level is or whatever. So this might be like the middle ground. So it might be or towards the upper ground, you know, we get to decide. Okay, so yeah, like here's the red. Now you can't really see the red on red. But if this was brown, like a brown volcano, then the red is kind of floating up and the soot is kind of falling down. So I think the soot needs to fall slower. So we'll do that. And I want to call this P systems. I want to call this soot. So we will replace our P systems with soot. And then make sure it works. We have to go up here and we want to give our soot max Y. I think that should only be 25 and this may be 15. So just slow down the soot a bit. And then I think we'd want to call this soot min Y, soot max Y, so we don't get that mixed up. And then make sure that our soot is getting its own minimum Y and maximum Y. Sweet, okay. Is it falling slower? Oh, it still looks too fast. Yeah, the soot should... What I want to do, I want to fade the soot into clear, and I want to slow it down a bit. So we'll come up here and we'll make our max Y even slower. We want this to be 15, we want this to be 5. And then we want to give our lava bubbles, as well as our soot, a lower transparency as they float up. So 100 out of 25 by the time you end your animation, or your life cycle rather. And then it should look a bit better now. Yeah, it looks a little bit floatier. Yeah. Yep, that looks better. Now the soot should go from left to right, but I am not seeing it move left. Are we updating our wind? Oh, you know what? Yeah, we're updating our wind angle, but then our wind angle, max angle is 10. Oh, max angle is 10. Okay, yeah. Let's do our max angle, min angle. Min angle is -20 and +20 for the max angle. And now the red should go left and right, or the soot should go left and right. Yeah. Okay. It's too much. It's too much. It's got too much of an X. So we will maybe have it down. And we'll see. Yeah, and then it starts heavier than I would like, but by the time it stabilizes, looks pretty good. So we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, I think we need to pick. I think we need to pick one to have a bigger presence, and I think the red looks cooler. So let's cut the emission for the soot, And what we'll do is we'll call this soot emission rate, and we'll say that this is actually just 5. And then soot, this is actually just 10 or whatever. And then our emission rate is going to be our soot emission rate here. And then let's see what that looks like. Yeah, because I think, you know, one should overpower the other. It just gets messy if that's not the case. So I like how they float to transparent. I think we'll float them to completely transparent. But that's looking good. I like the trickle of the soot falling down. So let's add full transparency by the time we end the lifespan, and we'll see what that looks like. So yeah, if we imagine like a Zelda Goron level, right, where it's like dark volcano brown and lava, like flowing lava, then this kind of particle system looks kind of cool for a level like that, because we've got some soot falling and the bubbles floating. I think that is cool. I'm liking that. And then we'll need a sandstorm. Sandstorm should be fun because it'll be a shitload of particles. And maybe we can get fancy with the, instead of the linear acceleration, maybe there's a swirly. Oh, and you know what? We got the swirly animation, the swirly particles on the geckos. So I know there is one. Because look at what's underneath the geckos is like this swirly, spirally particle system. So I think sand might be good for that swirly one. So we'll check what that looks like on them. Oh no, okay, I just deleted that crap. Let me make sure this works, and then we'll just commit as a checkpoint. Let's go for it. I just want to see our gecko particle system. So okay, we know it's not in any of our stuff there. It's in our entity. Here we go. Border ellipse. That's the one we want. So let's try to make a sand system. So what we'll do is we'll copy the system we do have, and we'll copy our rain system, actually snow system. We'll copy snow system into a sand system .lua. So we made that file. Now we need to remember to require this in our dependencies. So we'll make sure we come in here and give ourselves the sand system. And then we will go into our sand system and we will rename it from snow to sand. Okay. And then let's pull it into our scene. So we need a sand system. And then we need to update this sand system. So we will do that right here. Sand system update with delta time. We'll turn off our lava system for now, and then we'll go to the render and make sure our lava system is turned off and our sand system is turned on. So the first thing I want to do with this sand system is just get it to look yellow. So we'll go into the sand system and we'll look at the colors. And if we want yellow, it would be what, red and green? So if we take out blue, let's see what that would look like. we got yellow. So we took out the blue, we got yellow. Now it's still applying the rain dynamics to it, right? So let's go take a look at that P system from our gecko. And the gecko in the entity class had a P system with a ellipse, border ellipse. I can't spell ellipse. Okay. And then we did a set tangential acceleration with an emission rate. So let's try to do something like that. And we will say, we'll come in here to sand system. And we will put an emission area, not of normal, but of border ellipse. We'll set the particle lifespan. We're setting the emission rate. And then we want to set tangential acceleration. So let's come in here and we'll give ourselves a big ol' emission rate. And then we will boost the max particles we can make. And then we will we'll add sand here. And then the other thing we want to do is make it the middle of the screen. So we'll do screen limit divided by 2. And screen height limit divided by 2. Let's see. Okay, P system, we're missing an S. P system right here. Yeah, P system. We'll change this to sand system, but for now... Whoa. Yo. Oh, that looks sick. Wow, actually, this kind of looks like some fairy fountain stuff. That looks really cool. Wow. That looks awesome. Yeah, it doesn't look like a sandstorm for sure, but it does look really cool. Definitely, I can imagine this. If you imagine this with like some like blues and greens and like pastel colors, and then we have like a fairy fountain with some music playing, like that would be really cool. That is super cool. Man, I could just look at that. That is just so cool. Let's play around. I mean, like, I know that doesn't look like sand, but let's just play around a bit with like the color and see if we can get some cool output of it, because it's already cool. Like, maybe we just play around with some of the acceleration and emission area, just to kind of see what kind of different shapes we might be able to get from this thing. Whoa. Okay, wow, this looks wild. Okay, so let's keep that and that, and we'll make this like 30, and then let's see what this looks like. Wow. This is crazy. We can have some fun with like the monster or the boss battles with this too. Like if they're emitting, you know, imagine this is what we're doing for the geckos right now, which is like the purple ooze kind of underneath them, right? So like imagine a bigger, you know, the boss has a bigger lifespan or a bigger emission area of these things. It could be cool. Okay, so let's try to make sandstorm though. I don't think this border ellipse is right for sand. So let's see if we can find another type of emission area that might work for a sandstorm. So there are a couple different ones. Where are they? I know I found this set emission area. Distribution. What type of distribution? We've got border rectangle and border ellipse in the normal uniform. Okay, so if we think about how we want it, like I kind of want it to swirl and move off, right? So not sure how we might do that. We could do... Let's see what this just ellipse does versus border ellipse. So I'm kind of curious what ellipse is versus border ellipse. Okay. Nice. Yeah, not sandstorm, but very cool. I wonder if we jack this up higher, if it might look a little more like a sandstorm. I don't know. Or it looks like a tornado of sand. Let's see if we double this sucker. And let's see. Wow, that just looks wild. This is super peaceful. Like, I could just look at this. Yeah, it is just not sandstorm-like. So, I think we might need 2 particle systems. Well, you know what? Let's try to... Shit. I'm thinking if we have 1 particle system that is like our violent rain, when the rain's the most violent, it's kind of almost going straight to the left. And if we have 2 counteracting, you know, 1 going to the right, 1 going to the left, if that might look like a sandstorm. So let's try that. Let's try the, let's try to get 1 of them. What we'll do is we won't take this, we won't have, actually, yeah, we'll set normal. Let's see, because we want a wall of them. Yeah, we don't want the border, we don't want this tangential acceleration. We want the linear acceleration. So I'm going to pull up from our snow our linear acceleration snow system, and then we've got a linear acceleration here that we're going to put into our sand system, and we'll put it right here. And instead of wind angle, we're going to say that it is a minimum x of minus 40 and a maximum x of minus 400. So that is us moving left, but we need to move us to the right. See, like, holy shit. See, like, that's the thing I'm talking about like it dumps a lot at the get-go, right? Like, it spits out a whole bunch, and then it cuts out, and then it kind of stabilizes. So I'm not sure why it's doing that, but we want like a wall of this stuff. So we want we want the X position to be the right side of the screen, and maybe the Y in the middle, but we need to give it, wow, okay. Wow, and like this looks like we can have like some Komodo dragons spitting out acid or something. It's looking more like a sandstorm, but yeah, we need it taller, right? So we need how do we set the height of it? It was like I guess it was this emission area normal, and we want the X to be just the right side of the screen, and like if we lock it in at 1, it's like that 1 point. Oh shit, okay, there we go. But we want a screen height limit, I feel like. Okay, there we go. See, and then it just dies out. Like it dumps a lot, and then because that isn't 4,000 or whatever, right? Like that is looking pretty good for sand, though. I do like that. Okay, what happens if this is 0? Okay. Okay, so I think we just want this a couple pixels off. And then... Whoa. See, I don't like that it kind of simmers down. I want it stable. And then if this one is 0, what does that look like? Just the point, right? Yeah, we don't want that. Okay, so I think that's about right. And then move 2 and X of the width, and then, okay. I don't know if we need this move 2 anymore. Well, let's see. Okay, yeah, we do. Okay. Well, I'm actually kind of happy with this. Like, I don't like it. I'll do some research off stream about like why it's not starting at the same place. Because ideally this is like more violent. I mean, we can kind of fade in, because like if you walk to the desert, this is when this will kick on, and the desert is over here, and then it'll prevent you from exploring the desert until you've unlocked it. So like it should be more than this. Like it should look like a sandstorm. So I'm not quite happy with it just yet, but what's weird is we've got 2,000 of these particles, but it does not look like 2,000. Let's see. Oh, let's cut the lifespan down to like 3. And let's see if that dramatically increases how many are on screen. Okay. That's looking better. I do like it. I do like it. I think we need to scoot it to the right a bit more. What is going on? So we'll come in here and we'll scoot it to the right. I think we would do that right here. So maybe 30. Okay. Here we go. And then I think at the beginning of the game, it might look like maybe this will start to crawl on screen as you get close to the desert or whatever, or when you're in the first screen of the desert. But as you get to the part where you can't walk into, I'll probably fade it. I'll probably make like a transparency thing that fades in and out like a foggy kind of yellow, so that it prevents you from exploring more. And then we'll have to lock a screen walk like that if it's not unlocked yet. But this is looking like a cool sandstorm. I do want to raise the minimum speed. So in our sandstorm, we want to raise our minimum speed here. So maybe starts with minus 90 up to minus 40 or 400. And then, yeah, even 90 is too slow. So I think we want to go maybe 200 and 500. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Yeah. That's looking good. And just for fun, I want to see what... If this can do 10,000. 10,000. Let's try it. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Okay. 10,000 doesn't look like that much, actually. Wow. We can probably cut the emission rate at this point, or the lifespan. Let's see. Okay. We do need to give it a sway, because it's just coming like straight left. We do need to give a bigger Y sway so that it just looks more interesting. So we'll do a min Y, max Y. We'll do bigger sway here. So we do want like a minus and a positive. So we'll do minus 40 and positive 40. And then let's just go down to maybe 8,000. Let's try that. You know, it's not so swirly. I'm kind of hoping it would be a bigger sway. Let's try it. Let's try 100 and minus 100 and just see where that gets us. That's looking better. Okay. Yeah. I don't like that they're all they all start as yellow and then fade to brown. I kind of want them to be a little more random, but I don't know how to do that with the set colors here. But let's make this a little less yellow, I think, right off the bat. So maybe 230 and 230, and then we'll add in a bit more into this. And we'll see what that color looks like. Okay. I mean, it looks like a sandstorm. Wow, that looks cool. We're still getting 60 frames a second. Yeah, that's looking cool. Oh, man. Yeah. That is looking like a sandstorm. I think it's too fast, though, honestly. I think it's too fast. It doesn't look like it's moving. It just looks too fast. So let's go maybe... Yeah, let's go back to 400. And then we'll do maybe 250 here. So no more 500 speeds. Okay, I think I'm liking that better. Oops. Yeah. It's pretty, it reads as a sandstorm. Still might be too fast, because here it just looks like noise. All the brown just looks like noise. It doesn't look like it's moving because it's going too fast. So let's slow it down just a bit more. Maybe let's try 250 as the fastest and 150 as the slowest. Let's see if that looks... Okay. Yeah, I think anything faster than that and you can't see it. It just looks like noise. But we do, some are too slow, so we do need to speed this up. So I think maybe 200 and 250. That's a lot. It does look better. Yeah, I think that's good. Let me just make sure. Yeah, I'm seeing more of the movement now that they're slower. Okay. Yeah, you know, it's tough because the brown on brown doesn't read well, so we'd have to make sure the brown is like a darker brown or a lighter brown. So let's maybe try to lighten up the brown a bit by turning up this and turning up this one to maybe 150 and then this down to maybe 20. Let's see if that lightens up the brown a bit. Yeah. That should be a little more readable on the desert area. I should have just been spawning us in the desert area so we don't have to walk every time, but it's okay. Okay, well now I can see the brown over the sand. So I think that is better. It does look a little noisy, but I think it looks good. Yeah, it'll need some more tweaking, but this is a good start at least. We look at our git diff. We fixed our collidable map objects by exporting a new tiled global map. So that's why there's a lot of junk here. We gave ourselves 4 new particle systems. We gave ourselves a snow, a lava, and a desert, or a sand. And then we did tweak our range system a bit. Right now we're only rendering our sand system, but we took out the magic numbers in our other systems so that we can easily tweak it. So I think we're in a good spot. I think I like the lava one the best because I think that'll look really cool once we build out some actual lava volcano levels. I'm gonna git add everything and commit with a message saying that we added sand, lava, and snow particle systems. That's huge. So tomorrow I think we might tweak particle systems a bit more, but I do want to get down to a deep dive of planning out long-term goals for the game so that we can hopefully commit to a 2-year development cycle. So I'm going to try to do some sprint planning to help keep the project moving so that we aren't working on this project for more than 2.5 years or so. So I'm going to see if we can limit it to finishing it in 2 years, and you know, we'll have to kind of stay up to date with, like, you know, reassess, because I don't know all we need in the game. Like, I know we got to add more entities. I know we have to do a shit ton of level design and puzzle design. That's going to be tough. I don't know how long that's going to take or how to plan that out. But if we have sprint goals, like, hey, this month we have to make sure our entities are self-contained and we're able to save our game, for example, and load a game. So it's like, we'll have to plan out, like, we need certain things. We need an inventory system. We need a switch inventory system. We need a dialogue system. We need NPCs as entities. We need to build out a dungeon global map so that we can have an underworld as we start to explore in the game. And then we've got to have I don't even know what else. Like the lute playing, music playing is going to take a long time to figure out. We're basically making Guitar Hero for Game Boy, so that's going to be hard to figure out. I don't know how we plan that out, but if we have a list and say, hey, if we can get Guitar Hero done in 1 month, then we can get our spellcast abilities done that next month, and then we can have 6 months of level development, and then we can have 6 months of dialogue system and level progression system and saving, and then a couple months of polishing up, and then we deliver. So like trying to wrap my head around the process for committing to and keeping up to date with the schedule for releasing this game in a timely manner, because I've never done something this big, but I don't want it to bloat and take longer than a couple years. It took me 2 years to build Joust, and it's a little arcade game. I don't want to be working on this game for 5 years. I want to make a new game after 2 years, you know? So I think if we stick to a 2-year cycle, as I get, more proficient, we can make better and better games in a 2-year window. And then I'll have an idea for top tier dream game or whatever. Then we can dive, we can do more time once we have a better understanding of these concepts. But this project is just to get better at programming games in general. So if we're programming it forever, we're not able to learn new things. I mean, we're able to learn how to do this game, but we need to do different things. So we need to shorten that development cycle so that I can get more experience in other languages or engines. So yeah, it'll be a process, but I'm thinking tomorrow I'll be building out a workboard for these sprints and checkpoints for the development process. So I think that's on the list tomorrow. And then I'll try to figure out how to get the particle systems to spawn fast, or not dump all at once, but be a more consistent stream of particles. So if I can figure that out off stream, I'll stream that tomorrow too. Otherwise, we'll just figure it out and play by ear. I'm gonna let's see what Basie's up to. See if we can raid out to Basie.
And then we just move.
Or if my buddy Puke is doing he's doing one of his watching YouTube streams, so I don't know. Here, we'll raid RNPNR. And thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a good night.
4374.
We'll raid out and then call it a night. Thanks for hanging. I'll be back tomorrow. And just made the raid. So yeah, thanks for watching. And we'll get some more stuff done tomorrow. Peace out.